machetera que yo me quedé asombrado. Me tiré el carriel para atrás y el poncho me lo canté. Y del primer machetazo la cola se la boté. Continuamos la pelea y antes que la gente viera, con la punta del machete le pinté una calavera. El que no quiera creer ni me quiera parar bola, que se acerque para acá que yo le muestro la cola. El que no quiera creer ni me quiera parar bola, que se acerque para acá que yo le muestro la cola. Claro. Conmigo siempre me han dicho negrito, oiga. Para la segunda parada, negrito. Ahí le voy. Una maravilla, una maravilla.
Hello everybody!
Queridos en forma y forma de araña,
Oh,
se me
someone is in
como
chat.
quiero.
Someone is in the chat. Hello! How are you doing? I've not been live streaming for a while, so here I am, back again. Awesome. What is up? I was listening to this Narcos music playlist, and it's pretty awesome. Very awesome, I would say. Indeed, very awesome. So, I've not been live streaming for like 5 days, and honestly, I don't know what to do. Probably we'll watch some videos. Probably we'll talk about something. There are some topics that I want to go over, that I want to gauge more information about, for sure. Such as the tariffs. There have been new tariffs. I'm trying to fix a bunch of stuff. I want to have a more pretty studio, to be honest. Right now I'm just streaming in my living room, pretty much. But yeah, so there's a bunch of work that I'm doing behind the scenes. I'm also trying to give the channel a direction. I'm not fully sure what I'm doing. I'm not fully sure where I want to take this. So, in the last few months, the last few days, I've been trying to uh, I've been trying to figure out exactly where I want to get, and yeah, so let's see what we can do with this channel. Obviously, I don't want to be confined to speaking about this scammer or that scammer. We know that the internet is full. It's full of scammers. And there is always going to be people exposing scammers, and there's always going to be new scammers coming out. And I don't, to be honest, I don't blame the scammers. If you're dumb enough to give them money, like, you're dumb. Doesn't mean you need to be exploited, but means you're dumb. And there's always gonna be dumb people, and there's always gonna be people who want to take advantage. But yeah, so that's not necessarily something that I want to do. I think that the overarching goal of my of this channel is that of pushing a new narrative that is focused on growth, you know, at a macro level, but mainly at a micro level. I feel like the era that we're in is gonna be full of political instability, mainly because, well, the institutions are losing a lot of power and value and strength. And so we find ourselves here. We find ourselves in a situation where, well, we are kinda in no man's land, because the institutions, the only way they can maintain power now is with violence, probably. And I feel like, I believe that, I read a book called Civil Disobedience by one of the founding fathers of the US, the second US Revolution. And he had the idea of the best government being the one that doesn't govern at all. And I feel like the government is just a infrastructure for society as a whole. So, well, I don't think that we need a government, other than to maintain peace and structure. But yeah, that's a kind of, you know, and it's even it's an argument that would take years, probably months, weeks to talk about. It's not something that you can just say, like, you have to pinpoint exactly what is it that you don't need from the government. And I would say we don't need from the government regulating everything, you know. The government should regulate food, I guess. Like, you don't want your citizens to be eating shit. The government should. I think that the main problem right now is maybe the way taxes are structured, because a private citizen is taxed so much on their wealth, whereas corporate taxes are abysmally low, you know. Which probably is a way to reward people who are very productive, I guess. But at the end of the day, is it the best approach? I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't think so. Because, well, I mean, in that case, you need to allow everybody a fair shot at getting there. Otherwise, if you calcify castes, well, we've seen how that tends to not be to the benefit of all people, you know. It tends to be at the benefit of only the most powerful, you know. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I think that I recently got back into painting as well. I really fucking like painting. It's fun. It's dope. It's interesting. I think that maybe I'll bring painting onto this channel. I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with my life, you know. And that is not necessarily banal. It's like kind of a big thing to be thinking about. Okay, anyway, we're live after a long time, and I feel like we may start off by... Oh, so this is locked. Let me just... Yeah, it's blocked. Let me just... Nope. Why? Why is it blocked? Here I am. Beautiful little guy. What's up? What's up? Come on, bro. Why is it not working? Why is it not showing you the video? Well, I guess I'm just gonna, yeah, add a new screen capture. Where is it? Video capture device? No. Screen capture. Here it is. Okay. There it is.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona. Pero entre esquina y esquina siempre habrá lo. Para mí no existe el cielo, ni luna ni estrella. Para mí no alumbra el sol, para mí todo es tiniebla. Ay, 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 que negro es mi destino. Ay, 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 todos de mí se alejan. Ay, 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 perdí toda esperanza. Celda, donde no llega el cariño ni la voz de nadie. Aquí me paso los días y la noche entera. Solo vivo del recuerdo eterno de mi madre. Ay, 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 solo espero que llegue. Ay, 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 el día que la muerte, ay, 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 me lleve a estar con ella. Mi suerte. Buen testamento a los de Villanueva.
Maybe my voice was covered throughout the whole thing. God damn. Okay. Well, there are these things that I want to cover. What else do I want to cover? Let's do like. Let's do yeah, I guess this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. So, what else do I want to touch on? Do, 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 do. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. I guess I want to touch on other things. I don't know. Maybe we react to the food content. I feel like there's a lot of food that has been compromised greatly, and that's to the that's extremely bad for everybody. You know, the food that you eat is like probably the most important thing that you have access to. What else? What else do I want to know? I think that we're good with that. What else? What else? What else? Okay. Awesome. I'm really enjoying this Narcos music. It's really a lot of fun. It's really vibes, you know. It gives the vibes of a fucking awesome day, you know. So, Here it is. Okay, the Mizrahi perspective. Let's see what he has to say about the tariffs. I believe I'm not fully sure what the background of this guy is, really, but I feel like I've seen some of his opinions and ideas, and I feel like I kind of agree. So I want to see this.
Hey everyone, I'm Alon Mizrahi. And independent, discuss them because this is an interesting political moment. I'm not going to talk about the economics of it because I'm not really qualified and it's not really something that interests me too much. I mean, obviously, when a country isolates itself and raises barriers and walls, it can't be good for its economy. This is obvious. But I want to talk about the psychopolitical aspects of what Trump is doing and saying. This is the most interesting aspect of it to me. What Trump is what is the image he's trying to portray of the US and himself, and what do people really get from what he's doing? These are two different things. Trump is trying to make himself and the US look very powerful.
Not just powerful, not just very powerful. The best. We're gonna be the best country, the strongest economy, the best healthcare, the best everything.
Okay, having all the control of everything. Basically, they can impose tariff on the whole planet.
Yeah.
As basically a whim, or trying to correct a historic wrong. And he's portraying the US as a victim of almost an international conspiracy, which he tries to talk back a little bit and say, I don't blame the rest of the world, I blame American presidents. But basically, he presents Americans as victims. And this is something kind of new. We are used to this from Zionists. We are not used to this from the American president. American presidents don't talk about the US as a victim of global conspiracy.
Yeah.
This is the kind of paranoia we hear from Netanyahu. But now Trump also sounds like it. And this is interesting. But when Trump tries to portray himself as a big, strong, powerful leader, what he's doing basically, he is creating the opposite impression. He says they are doing to us this and this and this and that, and now we are going to do the same to them, or worse, and reclaim our authority, our political standing and economic wealth, and so on. But what Trump is really saying, what is the real meaning of the things he says? We cannot reach an agreement with anyone. We cannot reach an understanding with anyone. So we have to act unilaterally. This is an admission of weakness and despair. This is not a show of power. When you say, I operate in a field with 100 other actors, and I can't get along with any one of them because everyone is taking advantage of me.
Yeah, Trump has been surprisingly bad at getting deals done.
This is nuts. And this is especially nuts when it's coming from the US.
Yeah, especially when you also compare it with the kind of electoral promises that he made. Like, we're gonna settle everything in 24 hours. Nothing has been settled. Trump has lost a lot of credibility.
But this is nuts in general. When someone talks like this, you immediately suspect their motive, where are they coming from? This doesn't sound reliable. This doesn't sound believable. What does it mean everyone is taking advantage of you? And especially when the US is trying to say that everyone is taking advantage of it. I mean, seriously, this is such a joke. This is so laughable. The US is bombing and threatening half the planet and subverting and regime changing and invading and doing whatever. So what do you mean we are victims? How can a
Yeah, he's
superpower
right.
be a victim? What is this nonsense? And it is a superpower which is a victim, and it cannot work with anyone. Trump
It's crazy how
tells his people we
isolationist. It's crazy how isolationist Trump has been.
are victims and we are alone in this. We have no friends. We have no allies. We have no one we can see eye to eye with. It's only us. This is nuts. This is nuts. And his audience, his people cheer him when he says this. They love this message. They love thinking of themselves as victims and people who are being taken advantage of. This is also such a
Yeah, he's perpetrating this victim mentality, which is, kind of questionable coming from the U.S. out of all people. But I guess the U.S. has just fallen into this victim against victim. No, I'm the victim. No, I'm the victim. No, I'm the victim. And so it's a struggle for victimhood, pretty much.
moment, such a remarkable moment in American politics, American cheering their own victimhood. But there's another aspect to it. There's another aspect to it. Everything that Trump is focused on, the tariffs and immigration, all the big stuff, he's
Yeah.
obsessed with.
Yeah.
Tariffs, immigration, Iran and Russia, and all of this, all the big issues, they all relate to the ability to communicate with other parties and other people.
I'm not sure about that.
And they can do it. The US can communicate with anyone. And what the US is doing, and this is a crucial point, the kind of damage Trump is doing to the US and the kind of damage that it didn't start now, but it is accelerating. This isolation of the lack of an ability to communicate and this whimsicality and Trump's willingness to break stuff, to shut down departments and fire people and walk out on agreements. This is irreversible damage. You cannot fix that. You cannot fix that. You cannot be in a relationship with someone who only acts crazy 2 weeks out of a month, or just 1 week out of a month, or 1 day normal, 1 day crazy. If someone is 1 day normal and 1 day crazy, they are always crazy. You treat them as crazy always. And this is the corner the US put itself in.
Yeah.
Say the US, say we don't have a world war and we don't have an economic meltdown. And somehow miraculously, and Trump is not elected a third time, which is his ambition, naturally.
That's
He's a
so
narcissist.
stupid. Why? Why would... American politics is so stupid. Is Trump great at doing memes? I'll give it to him. Memes were awesome. Doesn't necessarily mean you would need him as your fucking president, you know?
Megalomania.
Yeah.
Say things stay the same, stay so quote unquote normal. And in the next election, the Democrats win. And Cory Booker or AOC are president of the US. And they decide to retract and revoke all of Trump's decisions. Think about the reaction of other people and the rest of the world. What they are going to think is, what's going to happen in 4 years? When you want to work with the federal government, when you want to make an agreement with the US, and you need to think that in 4 years, everything is going to be nullified, how can you trust it? It disincentivizes you to do anything with them. You can't trust them. The US has become unreliable, and this is a kind of damage which is irreversible. You cannot fix it. There is
What's up, Alex?
an almost suicidalism in what Trump is doing. He wants to not only break the system and break the left and break the Democrats and break America's enemies, so-called rivals, friends and foes, as he says. He wants to break the US itself. There's something about Trump, this vindictiveness. He wants to break everything. So like Netanyahu, this is a big scale Netanyahu. He isolates his people from the rest of the world and telling them everyone else can be reasoned with. We cannot trust them. We cannot have communication and agreements with them. We cannot trust them. We have to use force against them. And using force and violence doesn't have to be missiles and drones. It can be tariffs. It is a violent step. So isolation, a language of violence and victimhood. Where can all this lead? I mean, can the Republican Party come back from that and speak normally, like a normal party of normal human beings? Can the Democrats walk back their support for genocide? Of course not. The US is undergoing the kind of structural damage. This is to complete my previous video about what's happening to the US. This kind of structural damage, long-term, irreversible. There's no coming back from that. And to me, it seems like sometimes it seems to me like Trump is enjoying this. Like this is his true intention. This is his revenge against a society or an elite or a country that rejected him and didn't accept and recognize his brilliance, his unique abilities, all kinds of this nonsense. This is the behavior of someone who acts out of a deep sense of rejection, being rejected. And he projects this on.
For sure, he's been like, he felt like someone who doesn't really care about what he's doing.
To so many Americans who are now thinking along these terms and cheering as he says this. So this kind of damage cannot be undone. And I think that the rest of the world will have to come to grips with the fact that they need to plan ahead without the US. They need to plan for a future without the US. I mean, if the US decides to be normal and play ball with everyone, good.
Yeah, do you think that's going to happen? How likely is it?
Cannot dominate the entirety of humanity. It doesn't work like this.
Yeah,
Trump doesn't get it. But
it's crazy. Yeah, I feel like the US is accelerating its descent into no longer being the monolith of the world. For the longest, the US has been a single power that tends to not work out that well, you know? So I've always been extremely interested in understanding once the US falls, which doesn't mean the US is going to stop existing, but means that its sphere of influence is going to diminish, where are the new centers of power? And what does that power stem from? For the longest, the US has been the technological super warehouse of the world. For the longest, the US has been pretty much the Roman Empire of the world. The only superpower. But now China has caught up. Russia is more eager to work with China. There's this whole BRICS movement of huge industrial manufacturing powers that can, quite frankly, distance themselves from the US. And the US sees itself, and mainly in the dollar. Like, the dollar is the main thing about all of this. The dollar is the US's last asset before violence. So they're doing everything they can to make sure that the dollar doesn't get eroded. I feel like, you know, I'm not fully aware of it. I'm not fully I'm not fully fucking knowledgeable about what I'm saying, but I feel like money, the dollar has lost a lot of value, and maybe creating an L2 of Bitcoin, that, like, I think that actually money is the last bastion of the US's dominance, global dominance. And if the dollar falls, well, what is there to back it up? What is there to save it, to keep it safe? And I feel like, I don't know, maybe because say every fiat currency falls, how do you reorganize the financial aspects of the global civilization? Gold, do you want to go back to gold? But now we have so much more technology. We have crypto, we have I don't know. I'm not a finance guy, to be honest. But it's interesting to see and think, how can all this change? You know? Okay. You know, I realized that stories, narratives hold a lot of value. Okay, I think I'll shut this video off. Fuck! It wasn't a bad video. I like that guy. He's he has kinda interesting views, I would say. But let's get to actual work. Let's look at shit, you know? So, there's one thing that I've wanted to see, and that is Rumble's stock. There's a bunch of stocks that I want to understand better. So to do that, I think I'm not fully sure what the best way of action is, because I'm not a finance guy. But I think that we can kind of check that. So let's say, and the best thing to like the best way to approach this, I believe, is to just take advantage of all the information that the internet has. So okay, I'll just hide my screen a second, because I think I'll have some signing up to do. Oh my god, I have to fucking stop okay, let me get this API key. We got a bunch of credits, awesome. Okay, so I'll just close all of this up. Create a Awesome. I think that's good enough. Okay. So, let me just put the cam back on. Okay. So now, can you see the code? Let me just see. Can you see it? Why can't you see it? Well, you can see it now. Awesome. Oh my god. This is the bad thing with coding live. You always end up leaking your API keys, you know? But it's whatever. So, let me just see. I think this is okay. This is good enough. So first of all, let's try a tweet search. So we have tweet endpoints, user endpoints. So what is it? Batch get user info by user IDs. Okay, get user info, get user last tweets. Okay. Get user followers, get user following, get user mentions. Okay. Get tweets by ID. What does that mean? Does it mean I have an ID and I okay. But what does it mean? Well, webhook, advanced search, get list tweets, get tweets by ID. Okay, so I guess we can do something like this. So yeah, and yeah, get tweet replies. Okay, let's see my stuff. You know, batch get user info by user ID. Let me see this. How do I do that? Headers, parameters, user IDs. Okay. See if it works. No, it doesn't. Why? Can I just go ahead like this? User IDs is required. Okay. How the fuck do I... Yeah, I get that this is like a response. Show me a fucking, like... What the fuck? Get user info. Get user last tweets. I feel like okay, so I get this. It's just, how does it want the thing to be formatted, you know? No, not again. Docs. Let me just fucking... Oh, here the playground is. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm a fucking dumbass. Yo, how are you, bro? I know. I see your comments all the time. Thanks for watching, bro. Really appreciate it. Just doing some boring coding today, but yeah. Thanks for your support, bro. I really appreciate it a lot. So, user IDs must be numbers. Okay. Well, at least we got there. How do I get a number? But I don't think this is necessarily the best thing. Like, I just need this to get tweets by IDs, by quotes, by retweeters, advanced search. I guess I just want tweets from like a specific topic. So it's not like I need anything crazy. I just need to get the sentiment so that I can perform a sentiment analysis, you know? So get last tweets, get mentions, get info, get tweets by ID, get replies, get quotations, retweeters, advanced search. But still, okay, so I feel like, once again, it's the content creators of the world are just very, very fragile, whereas the content curators are once again going to be the ones that make the most money and get the most attention, because you're just a curator at the end of the day. And this has happened all the time. Creativity has always been exploited by the curators. Creativity has always like the people who made the most money. The people who make the most money with creativity are almost never the creators and almost always the curators. And I don't think that digitally it's going to change. If you think about it, the platforms are the first curators. So the platforms are the ones that keep all the data, keep all the logs, store all of the content, distribute all of the content. And the content creator is just a mercenary. It's just a soldier. It's just a gladiator that is required to perform, and the second he doesn't, he gets thrown in with the lions and eaten. But the curators, once again, like the curators have made the most money from painters. The curators have made the most money probably from film directors. It's just they curate beforehand. Yeah, so it's like content creators. Creators always come last. Anyway, what was I saying? Let me see. Twitter API. I guess tweet search is the thing. Oh, okay, awesome. So we can just search. Okay, this is the endpoint. Awesome. So, how do I do this? We need cursor, query type, latest or top. Okay. Query. Oh, and we can. Awesome. Yeah, so I guess we can do a bunch of things. Okay, so this fixes a lot of things. And I feel like the kind of data that there is on Twitter is extremely valuable. It's just, in the grand scheme of things though, the moment people stop using your platform, for whatever reason, the moment people stop using your platform, you no longer get access to new data, which is equally as important, if not more, than historical data. So yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of things that we can do over here. I don't know why my user ID. How do I get a user ID? I wonder. Like, I thought the tag was enough. But apparently no, you need a user ID, which is not written anywhere. So, like, how do I do that? Let me just see. Let me see. Oh my god, really? Is it really so stupid? Bro, come on, man. So you need this to convert. Okay. Unknown error. Okay. Bro, what the fuck is this? And what the fuck is this ad? Who the fuck clicks on this ad? Fucking hate this. Okay, anyway, we don't need that. We just need the we just need this endpoint pretty much. And maybe from the most prominent replies we can then figure out another like request to make. It's just let me think about it though. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, honestly. So it actually is gonna be also pretty much easier. So let me just GitHub.com. Oh, awesome. Okay. So living in a 21st century. I might put some music on now that I think about it. Makes the coding experience and I guess makes watching also like kind of better, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could. I guess I really could. I really guess I could. But maybe let me just finish like coding first. We'll do some reaction afterwards, I guess. It's just, you know, over the course of the last few months, days, years, I've gotten much more aware of the fact that, like, it's garbage that you're watching online, you know. So I don't want to expose myself to that shit. I don't want to be watching stuff that I know is destructive to my overall, like, I want to trace back Palantir sentiment along with the main news and okay. Everybody you ever seen do it. It's got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. And there's a jumping out the window, letting everything go. And this will be a beautiful day. Jumping out the window, letting everything go. What's this? Oh, what's up, bro? So I'm kinda building a tool for myself to analyze stocks. I'm not vibe coding. I'm just building a data pipeline to help analyze stocks. I think I'm done with my vibe coding days, you know? Like, it's fun. You can use it for fun projects, but I think that anything that you can vibe code is just fun, and that's pretty much almost it. So, yeah, there's a bunch of stocks that I want to analyze better. And, you know, it's just a simple tool that I'm building, but it's just integrating like tweets, financials, stock market valuations, and I don't know. I think that in the turmoil that we're having in the financial markets, it's a kind of a interesting thing to see, and kind of gives you a less biased view. Jumping out the window, letting everything go. Now this will be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Jumping out the window. Jumping out the window. Jumping out the window. Let everything go. Now this will be. Okay, let's see. Which parameters do we have over here? So, first of all, oh yeah, you can also filter by, wow, okay. Within, wow, this is interesting. From user to user, user, list. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be query, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. first of all, query, and we're gonna do oh, here it is. Awesome. This is so interesting. Okay. Let me just see. What do we get? So, Twitter URL. How do I get a job at Palantir? Yeah, this is right. I tweeted it. And oh, here's my ID, or is it the tweet ID? Is Blue verified? I'm not. Cover picture, description, location. Oh my god! Description. Jumping out the window. Okay, it's actually working. Awesome. Awesome. So you can get a cash tag. Question marks are matched. What does that mean? Force a term to be included as is. Okay. This is the... Okay, we can add a wildcard. Awesome. What other do we have? So we have query, query type, and cursor. Okay. I would say available options. We have both latest and top. I really like this X API. I think that X has probably the most valuable data in existence. It for sure is the most direct. It's the quickest. It's like the lag between X covering something. So I think that right now YouTube needs to like really push people to use its platform. The only way they can do it is by, I guess, paying more. I don't know. But I mean, this is why live streams are the future of YouTube. This is why live streaming is gonna be extremely valuable. I may be biased here. I absolutely can be biased. It's not. I'm not saying I'm not biased, but nobody is talking about the fact that LLMs, once they're trained, they also need a constant supply of data, and the more accurate and real time it is, the better. And so the reason Twitter is so valuable right now is that it has access to real-time data on real things. So the news are there. You get the news from Twitter, you know. And YouTube has a lot of data, a lot of valuable data, a lot of incredible data, But the main problem with it is that there is a strong lag of hours, days even, between something happening and something being talked about on YouTube. And the only way around this is live streaming. And, you know, I live stream, so I may be biased. I may obviously have to heart the fact that I live stream myself. But if you just think about it, large language models need a constant influx of data. If you want to ask a language model something, you want it to be able to access what is going on right now. And I think that Google has already some amazing models. They have obviously the best infrastructure in the world. And so, to be honest, I feel like they are a dark horse in the AI race. But it's simply, at the end of the day, it will just boil down to infrastructure and data. And YouTube already has the best infrastructure. It just has a lack of real-time data. And I feel like live streaming is going to grow exponentially exactly because of that, because you need real-time data to make sure that your LLM is valuable. So, you know, I think that a lot of news live streaming, a lot of real-time streaming about real things is going to be extremely valuable. And also, there's so many AI channels where the voice is AI, the script is AI, the editing is AI, everything is AI. Who's gonna watch that? Who wants to watch that? The only thing, I think that content is only as valuable as the people that watch it. And I feel like even if there is a flood of pre-recorded garbage, of pre-recorded disgusting AI garbage, who's gonna watch it? And yeah, I just think that all of these infinite money glitches are gonna be fixed, and YouTube is most definitely gonna be it's most definitely for sure going to push the live streaming part of it, because it needs it, because it's valuable, because it's useful, it's what AI demands. And over the course of the last few years, whatever AI demanded, AI got. The reason there was a strong push in the content economy was obviously that it was watched, it was profitable, it was novel, but also that's exactly what AI is trained on. It takes all of the content and ingurgitates it, and then it learns about it. And the reason that the content economy has been pushed so much is that, well, it makes AI systems better. So, yeah, I think that YouTube, given that it's one of the main data suppliers to Google, it needs also a real-time feed. And that's something that it will always need until AI can go around and just explore the world for itself. But that's another, that it still won't be having like opinions. So yeah, this is why I think live streaming is gonna be extremely big on YouTube. And there's no way it's not going to. Maybe they'll have a separate platform, but just to make sure that there is no lag between what Gemini knows and what's actually going on in the world, Google needs a live data stream of information, of opinions, of knowledge. And since YouTube videos are very slow, it's live streaming that's gonna take that spot. And now this will be a beautiful day, jumping out the window. letting everything go. The people who make the most money with creativity are almost never the creators and almost always the curators. This will be a beautiful day. Jumping out the window, letting everything go. Do 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 Soy el fuego que arde en tu piel. Soy el agua que mata tu sed, el castillo, la torre, yo soy la espada que guarda el caudal, tú el aire que respiro yo, en la luz, en la luna y el mar, la carga que ascendió mojar. Que te vamos a par. Ese deseo cada la luz. Dices tú, mi tesoro, basta caminarlo. Why did I get 3 results? Come on, bro. Why is it? Why is it just 3? Why not more? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, here's why. Basta con mirarlo, tuyo será y tuyo será. How is it just 10? I guess. Soy el fuego que arde en tu piel. Soy el agua que mata tu sed. El castillo, la torre, yo soy la espada que guarda el caudal, tú el aire que respiro yo. I need to fix this, so let me just... Tools, WebSocket help, scene, profile docs, views, file edit. I think it's over here, preferences, probably. Yeah. Hotkeys. Oh, baby Hatline, please hold me close to you. Baby Hatline, please hold me close to you. Oh my god! Finally! Okay, so it's just 10 at a time. Each page returns exactly about 20 tweets. Doesn't seem too exact, but I'll take it. Tweets has next page. I mean, obviously it does. Come on. Baby Hatline, please hold me close to you. Baby hotline, please hold me close to you. Do 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 do. Baby hotline, please hold me close to you. Let's see the first tweet. Type tweet from iPhone. Twitter URL. Oh my god, I need to yeah, so there's all of this poisonous shit that nobody wants to see. So let me just this is why I was talking about curators, because you don't need all of the information of the world. You just need the valuable one, which is a whole mess, you know? Figuring out what's important and what isn't is extremely valuable, extremely important, and also extremely expensive, tedious. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. So, yeah, this is just okay. I must read, okay. I mean, how do I... Francis de la Croix. Na 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 na. Francis de la Croix. Francis de la Croix. Okay, so my setup right now is kind of messy. Messy. Francis de la Croix. Francis de la Croix. Na 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 na. Gettando nel vento di anni, perché nemmeno da vecchi si sa cosa faremo da grandi. Gettando nel vento il lavoro di anni, perché nemmeno da vecchi si sa cosa faremo da grandi. Batti il 5 le mani trasparenti sulle onde. Gettando nel vento il lavoro di anni, perché nemmeno da vecchi si sa cosa faremo da grandi. Vabbè. I love this. Okay. How long have we streamed? I think that I need to structure my streams better. Because they're not structured right now, you know? And that's not good. I need to better structure my streams, you know? What the fuck? Perché nemmeno da vecchi si sa cosa faremo da grandi, gettando nel vento il loro di anni. Perché nemmeno da vecchi si sa cosa faremo da grandi. Batti il 5. Like. Okay, I think I'll finish this app now, but off stream, because, well, I don't want to stream anymore. And also I've done like an hour 40 live. Yeah, it was a pretty fun stream, I have to say. I'm kind of having internet issues at the moment, but it'll all be fixed, hopefully. Yeah, I really want to thank all of you who joined, and I'll probably stream again, either later today, or tomorrow, or another time, I don't know. But yeah, awesome.